Hello there, people of the internet. Hopefully this camera is in an alright-ish position. I'm out here at the 100-yard mark. It sounds like we have some people doing some wood cutting back behind the gun range, so I went ahead and I turned around, and we're actually going to fire in this direction today. And what we're going to do, I have this sporterized Czech Mauser. This right here is actually the first Czech Mauser that I've owned. And normally I don't really look at sporterized firearms all that much unless I get one at a really good deal. But one of the main issues I have with sporterized firearms is that a lot of them are not sporterized all that well. Well, this one right here is sporterized exceptionally well, like exceptionally well. The stock itself has not been cut down. This right here is an actual, like, added on legitimate 98 stock that's not a military issue stock that's just been cut down, and it is a glass bedded stock. I'll let you look up what glass bedding is. I don't feel like going into all of that, but what that essentially means is that this right here would be a very accurate rifle if it had an accurate shooter behind it. I'm not really an accurate shooter myself, but we would have a very accurate rifle. The bore on this rifle is absolutely immaculate, and we have plenty of meat still left on this bore to give us plenty of accuracy. So we could achieve some pretty incredible things with this. Like I said, the stock itself is aftermarket, and it's not just a military cut-down stock, and it is really lightweight, and I really like the profile on this thing. This is just a very, very nice, very adequate rifle. Man, that wind feels fantastic, but I sure hope it's not destroying the audio. Okay, so on the back of the rifle here, instead of having the leaf sight that you would normally expect on a 98 Mauser like this, we actually have a red field aperture sight. Now, one of the main reasons why I really like aperture sights is because I'm blind, and guess what? With me being blind, having that sight right in front of my face is really helpful in comparison to having a sight forward of the receiver, like a leaf sight that would normally come with the 98 Mauser here. That sight is a little bit blurry. I can't really get as accurate a fire as I can with something like an aperture sight that's rear of the receiver that is right in front of my face. The one thing I really don't like about this Mauser is our bolt handle. The 98 Action is a cock on open system. So along with extracting a cartridge, you are also going to be cocking the rifle system. And the bolt has been cut and ground to where there's not a lot of surface area on the area of the bolt where you'll be lifting up on it. And so as a result, it really does dig into my hand pretty terribly. I really dislike that bolt design. That's the one issue that I have with this rifle. But besides that, the rifle is incredibly well sporterized. Whoever did the trigger job on this thing did a phenomenal job. I'll go ahead and show that the rifle is in fact clear, and I want to show off this incredible trigger. There is no travel whatsoever on this thing. It is a single stage trigger. It's about 3 pounds of pressure, and it just goes bang, just like that. Absolutely incredible, even for a Mauser 98 trigger. This right here is a Czech Mauser. It says BRNO on it, Czechoslovakia, BRNOJOVKA. I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. So this right here is a military rifle that has been sporterized. I do not know what exact model this is. It's kind of hard to tell without the sporterization. We have no insignias or anything up here on the band of the Mauser itself, and I've never actually shot this thing, so I don't actually know if it's going to function. What I have out here is I have some Yugoslavian surplus. This right here is 198 grain projectiles, and the reason why I'm going with this stuff is because I'm willing to bet that a rear sight right here is probably zeroed out for 197 to 198 grain projectiles, since that is your most common 8mm Mauser cartridge. So we're just going to go ahead and send a couple of rounds downrange. I've got an old microwave out there. Oh god, my microphone just fell. Hopefully that didn't mess up the audio. I've got an old microwave out there that's just kind of sitting there, and we're going to go ahead and send a round downrange and see how well this Mauser works. Alright, immediately noticing that the magazine is a little on the wonky side. Let's go ahead and try feeding it from a stripper clip here. Push that in, push these in, mayhaps. Could you stop being such a freaking inconvenience? Okay, well, that kind of works. Some of them loaded in. Okay, I think that this magazine is limited to only 3 rounds. They must have a stop in there or something, because that last round is not going in there. So this is a 3-round magazine. Maybe it has something to do with legal limitations for where this guy hunted with this thing or something like that. But yeah, 3 rounds inside of the magazine, because this is not going down any farther. And that would certainly explain why we don't have a actual butt plate, or not butt plate, a magazine floor plate on this thing. It's just a wood stock. So there must be some sort of cutoff on this thing to make it to where it's only a 3-round capacity. So we're discovering some things about this rifle, me and you, today. Let's go ahead and throw on some ear muffs and make sure there's nothing alive on these before I put them on my ears. Throw on some ear muffs. Now I'm expecting, since this is an incredibly lightweight rifle, I'm definitely going to be taking this one hunting because of just how incredibly lightweight this is. I'm expecting some pretty harsh recoil from this, honestly. We got a big, heavy rubber butt pad on this thing, so that should help take care of some of the recoil, but I'm not expecting it to be like a saving grace Hail Mary. So speaking of saving grace Hail Mary, let's send it around here. Oh my God, that was amazing. Eject that round. Ejector and extractor are working fine. Doesn't like this particular 8mm Mauser cartridge, and that might just be the surplus ammo. This is just surplus stuff that we're running here. So I just went ahead and set that one aside. Let's send another round here. Wow, the recoil's not as bad as I was expecting. Extraction kind of sucks with that bolt handle. The surface area on it is not great. Not great at all. I do have a couple of rounds left here. Let's load these up and we'll send the remainder of these downrange. Why not already? I really like this aperture sight. Okay, it's a smooth action, and I mean it's comfortable. Oh, failure to fire. I'm gonna stand here for a second. Oh God, is there something alive in my ear? Get out of there. Okay. Well, go ahead and pull that back a little bit. Try that again. Did my sound just shut off? Oh, there we go. I guess I hit the volume button. Failure to fire again. Oh boy, I hate when this happens. I hate when this happens. I catch myself flinching, and it's just uncomfortable. So this is just a dud of a round, and that's to be expected with just surplus ammo like what we're using here. Let's go ahead and try this round here, which didn't quite fit into the rifle all that well. Oh, it decided to work that time. Let's go ahead and try that now. There we go, that one fired. And we're nailing our microwave, so the sights seem to be pretty spot on with this 198 grain stuff. Okay, well, I like the Mauser, and I'm sure it's accurate. I mean, I'm just kind of offhand shooting at a microwave at 40 yards away, so I'm hitting the microwave. With these 198 grain projectiles, like I said, I'm pretty sure that this right here is going to be zeroed for that. I have some Turkish 155 grain projectiles. We'll go ahead and we'll try that on probably another video. I just wanted to come out and test this thing out. So, yeah, I gotta say that I'm pleased. I have no idea how to actually use this Redfield sight. We have the aperture. It looks like we have adjustments here and adjustments here. Looks like you need a screwdriver to be able to adjust those, though. I'm assuming that this right here is elevation, and this one right here would be our windage knob. And yeah, that's pretty much my assumptions. I have no idea what this screw here is. Maybe a locking screw of some kind. I really like the trigger. I really like the sights. I really like the rifle. Not as bad of recoil as I was expecting with this big rubber butt pad on this thing. So I gotta say, I'm thoroughly pleased with it. Well worth the amount of money that I spent on it, which was not a lot. I do not think that I'll unsporterize it because we have this Redfield sight on this thing. And this right here is probably one of the main reasons why I got this rifle, because of that aperture Redfield sight. And I really, really like having an aperture sight on my rifles as opposed to the leaf sight on the front of the receiver, just because I can see things a little bit easier. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks for watching, folks. I do appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. What do you guys think about the Mauser? I like it. I gotta say, I was thoroughly impressed with it. The ammunition is a little on the wonky side, but that's the ammunition's fault. This is just surplus stuff that I'm running, so we are going to have some duds and hang fires. And I wouldn't really put that at fault of the rifle. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and have a look at this cartridge. Oh yeah, that is plenty of firing pin indentation on that primer. So not the rifle's fault. That is definitely the ammunition's fault. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pack it in because it's hot as hell out here, so Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.